Hey guys, my name's Sandy. I'm the owner of Amber and Oak, which is a candle business, and I like to make videos sharing the behind the scenes of owning a candle business and making candles with you here on YouTube. Today's video is going to be a collected vlog type video, kind of casual clips thrown in there. I am prepping for Halloween launch right now, and I am packing some of the autumn collection orders and jack-o'-lantern orders. Doing a little bit of work. I need to visit Wit and Whim in Huntington, where I keep my candles on the shelf there. I rent a shelf, and I need to restock and bring some fall candles there. So in today's video, I'm just going to take you along with me for some work. The weather here has been very September. It's been cool and chilly in the mornings, chilly in the evenings, but warm during the day. It's been kind of muggy this week, like rainy, muggy, overcast. I don't mind the overcast because I've gotten a few great pictures of some Halloween candles. I love shooting when it's overcast because you don't have harsh shadows from the sunlight. It's kind of actually easier to shoot outside with a DSLR or some kind of camera like that when there's really just like cloud cover and not a lot of like direct sunlight, in my experience. I need to get some labels. I'll be right back. Before I hop into labeling, I wanted to share I was able to fit a second Digiboil type melter. This is the Power Pot. I haven't even tested it out yet, but I found a place for it. If you've seen my last video, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna rearrange to fit another Digiboil that I had on here, and I was able to make room for it by adding a second shelf for the two auto melters. So now I have 3 melters plus a soy light melter over here for smaller batch things. I like to make wax melt samples in here, or if I'm just making a custom poured, like personalized candle. So yeah, I'm really happy I'm able to set that up before the holidays. I am excited to try out the new melter and for like more production, more candles being poured at one time. So I'm gonna start. I need a little paper towel here. I usually use a microfiber cloth. That's so much better. But they're upstairs and I don't feel like getting them right now, and this is fine. Hunter's Moon is a limited edition new scent in my Halloween collection. It smells like maple leaf, spice plum, smoldering wood, glowing embers, and howling in the distance. It was kind of inspired by maybe a pinch of Twilight in there. Not too direct Twilight, but a bit of the werewolf hunting moon type vibes, and the fact that there's woodsy notes in there made it feel a bit Twilighty to me. So it's kind of a nod to it, but it can be whatever your imagination wants it to be, which I love. I have only a certain amount of them, limited amount of them. I made more of the best-selling previous year's scents. So Witching Hour, All Hallows Eve, Haunted Mansion I made a lot more of. And I made less of 3 other scents just because I'm not sure how they're gonna do or how people will like them yet. So I figured I would just put my eggs in the basket of the things that did go well in previous years first. I'm just using a little rubbing alcohol to get fingerprints off. I'm always really careful not to get it inside the candle. I don't want rubbing alcohol anywhere near where there's going to be fire, so I keep it on the outside. So these vessels have seams. I don't know what kind of vessels you guys are using or you're planning on using, but I use some glass 9-ounce jars from Liquid Bottles, and there's a seam. So I usually try to label in between that seam and not on top of it. So I line it up. It's nice and clean. This one really doesn't even have wet spots. This is great. I love this candle. All right, so I wanted to chat with you guys about my thoughts after launching the fall collection, or the autumn collection is what I called it, this past year. I feel like I got over a hump in a way. Just looking at the orders on Shopify for a autumn collection launch last year to this year for just, I did 6 scents total for the whole season last year, and I'm doing 12 scents in 2 different collections this year. So just for the first collection has been way more than last year, and I still haven't done Halloween. But I mean, part of me is just like, no one's gonna buy Halloween candles. That's just like my, you know, terrible inner voice telling me that I did too much. But really, it's good. But I do want to share my thoughts about doing 12 cents in a season. I don't know if it was the best idea for production. I think it made me a little crazy being only one person doing everything right now and growing. I think that 6 cents per seasonal collection is like a sweet spot. And I figured doing Halloween and doing the autumn collection 6 cents separately, it's broken up. So it's like just 2 different collections, literally, dropped really close to each other. But just because of the growth that I've seen, I have to make a lot of these candles to keep up with the demand right now. And for 12 cents in a season and ordering all the supplies for 12 cents, it's kind of a lot. My problem is I just didn't want to get rid of any Halloween or fall scents from last year, and I wanted to add a few new ones, and I wanted a full-bodied scent profile experience. I wanted different scent categories hit, like all the different scent categories besides floral, hit for each collection in a way. So I wanted fruity, and I wanted some earthy, woodsy, and I wanted some gourmand. I didn't want to just do all gourmand for fall because some people don't like those. So I don't know. I get attached to the scents that I create. I know my customers get attached to some of them, and I didn't want to get rid of some, and I wanted to add some new ones because that's fun. And there's so many great oils that are coming out, but so I did 12 cents per season. Let me know how many scents you do per collection. So it's technically 2 different collections that I did, but they were launched very close together. So I don't know. I don't really have a true decision made about next year. I could end up doing this again, but maybe preparing a little earlier and starting to make candles earlier in the summer. Or I could try to stick with maybe 8 cents and mix Halloween and fall candles and launch them at the same time. I'm also trying to figure out what's easier and what my customers prefer, because there is a mad dash for me, I feel, to get candles out, like shipped out before October hits or in early October so people can enjoy their Halloween candles for the whole month of October. It's such a fleeting season. It goes so fast. That the month of October goes so fast, and I want my customers to be able to fully enjoy their candles during the season and not at the end of it. So that's like a really main goal of mine, is to launch at the right time. So I am launching September 30th, but if it was launched together with the autumn candles, people would have had their Halloween candles longer. I don't know. It's all about planning, and these things I can just take note of for next year. There's plenty of time to plan for next year now. And as we do things, we learn from experience. And I'm doing it. Like, it's happening. It's fine. I've had some help from family, but it's been it's busy season, and anyone who has any job and any career during a really busy season is going to feel overwhelmed and struggle with a work-life balance, I'm sure. So needless to say, I'm very excited to only be doing 6 cents for the holiday collection. I'm going to do discovery boxes, and still I used 2-ounce amber glass jars in the discovery boxes, so they match the big guys, but they're kind of like an elevated tea light. I absolutely love them, and I love the look of it. So I'm excited to just be narrowing it down. I am going to be exploring a new custom label printing service, and I have some samples coming in the mail from them. They're a smaller company, and I'm going to definitely keep a vintage holiday theme going. I love that. It's just so cozy. But I don't know. I know you guys probably don't want to hear about holiday candles right now, but our minds are on it. We're testing, we're getting ready, and we are living in multiple seasons and celebrating multiple holidays at the same time in advance, you know? Like, it's kind of disorienting, don't you think? If you've been doing this for a while, or maybe you're in retail and you're working in the stores that, like I went into, where did I go? Costco yesterday, and there's Christmas stuff out. So imagine working at Costco and just being around Christmas stuff all day. Like, it's very disorienting to not even be in the full fall season. It was just the first day of fall a couple days ago, and there's Christmas stuff out, but like, that's just how it works. And it's kind of, to be honest, not trying to be a downer, because I will celebrate Halloween all year round. I'll celebrate Halloween in the summer and still go to the beach, but also be celebrating Halloween. And I love that so much. But I also feel like it can take you out of the present moment. And I love to be in the present moment in the seasons, especially when you're doing seasonal collections. And I try to get very, very, very immersed in my storylines of each candle and the collections behind it, or the idea behind it for the collection. And sometimes it takes you really like far out of the present moment. So it's good to disconnect from your work, your social media. And sometimes I'll just like sit on my porch and look outside at nature. Nature is really how I ground myself. And I decorated my porch for Halloween. So it's kind of like a grounding, like present moment thing when I'm able to disconnect from work. But it's very hard. It is very hard to disconnect from work, especially when your phone is in front of you and you do a lot of work on Instagram. So I am just trying to be as prepared as possible for holidays. I'm going to be probably pouring in October. So literally in like 2 weeks, a week, maybe a week. My next pour will be holiday candles for Discovery sets. That is wild.
But bringing it back to the autumn candles, I'm just putting some pricing labels on the bottoms of my candles right now. They're removable sticker labels and they are awesome. They don't leave any residue at all, but I need to put them on so they can go on the shelf at this local handmade vintage curiosity shop called Wit and Whim. If you're local to Long Island, they're in Huntington, and they are just the cutest little shop. The owner, Jacqueline, does an amazing job at curating every inch of that shop. So I am really lucky to have the opportunity to be able to rent a shelf there and be surrounded by so many talented, creative, and beautiful other vendors and handmade makers that have their stuff there as well. So I am just unloading my car with some of those candles right now, just because I have signature candles taking up a lot of the space on the shelf right now, and I will need some room for this seasonal collection. So I would highly recommend grabbing one of these collapsible wagons if you are a product-based business bringing packages to a post office or dropping candles off at wholesale accounts. Anything. This has come in so handy even for in-person markets. It does pretty well on like rough terrains, and it just makes bringing things back and forth so much easier. But here we are at Wit and Whim. Like I said, she does an amazing job. Look at the vibes in here. It's just like so perfect. I absolutely love coming in here. It always smells good too, like not even just candles. There's beautiful soaps, and there's Damien. He is the Wit and Whim vice president. I think she calls him the vice president. So cute. He will greet you if he happens to be here when you stop by, which he is most days, and he is such a sweetie. So I am just taking some of my candles off the shelf here. These are a lot of the signature, actually they're all signature line candles, and I am kind of switching my setup up so it fits my different collections better, because I am going to put a few of the best-selling signatures back on the right-hand side for those who come here to restock Greenhouse and Barefoot Frolic, some of the bestsellers, and then leave some space for some of those larger 2-wick candles on the left. So that's what I ended up with for now. I like to jam pack a lot in there just so I can avoid having to restock when it gets low as often, because I am pretty busy, so when the candles go fast, it's nice to have that extra backstock on the sides, and I am probably like an hour away from Wit and Whim. Hello, it is the end of the day. I'm a little greasy just because I've been going all day. I spent a good amount of time editing some Halloween candle photos, maybe like 2 hours. I honestly lost track of time. I hyper focused into editing the pictures. I'm not finished with it, but I got a good start on it. It is kind of a crunch time this week. It's Tuesday today. Don't know when you'll be watching this video, but right now it is a Tuesday when I am filming this, and Wednesday is kind of my shipping cutoff where I'm still not going to ship Thursday, Friday, Saturday because I don't want any packages getting lost. I'm not lost, stuck in the warehouses and stuck in the mail trucks over the weekend and melting in the warmer climates. This past weekend I did the garlic festival and it got really hot. The sun was beating down on my candles at the end of the day. I was trying to hide them from the sun, but a lot of them did start to melt. So I had to heat gun and fix them. And there's a couple labels that got smudged from fingerprints. So it's kind of like a table of candles I need to fix. And then the other table, the cart, the stainless steel one over there is covered in Halloween candles that I still need to work on labeling and smoothing tops and processing. I have a whole tray full of Halloween candles that needs to be finished on my bakery rack, multiple trays actually. So I kind of need to push candles aside production wise for tonight and focus on packing orders. Starting off with a single candle. I'm going to be sending this one out to Georgia. They grabbed a Folklore, so let's go get one of those. This is one of my new scents for autumn, and it is a kind of sweet, pumpkin-y, spicy, a little bit of tobacco-y blend. I love it. It burns really strong, has a really strong hot throw. So let me grab some scissors over here. I think I actually have some pre-cut pieces of craft, and I use some corrugate, which I usually have pre-cut pieces of that, but I don't right now because I've just gone through it. But I use the corrugate to protect the jar from breakage or anything like that in transit. I like it so much better than using bubble wrap. It's not plastic, and it just works really well in the way that I have been packaging my candles for the last few years. Some of you have asked me about how exactly I wrap my candles, and I do this kind of wax seal, which I don't know if I'm going to talk about just yet. And I don't mean to gatekeep or anything. It's kind of like my signature packaging. I've been doing this wax seal since around 2021. I've decided to package my candles like this, and it has been so fun. I love that customers love it because they kind of feel like it's opening a little gift. I think you guys would be really bored if you watched me pack all of the orders. So I'm just going to do this one on camera and save you. Also, I'm going to cut out the sound of this tape because it's really horrific and I don't think you need to listen to it. I started using stickers instead of stamps because I found that I'm really not that great at stamping boxes. I would mess a lot of them up, and it's just really quick. You just stick it on and it's done. And I'm using the biodegradable packing peanuts here. I buy them from a local packaging supply store, and I get a pretty good price by doing that. But you can purchase these on, I think WB Mason sells them, and even maybe Webstaurant store. I always put a free wax melt sample in each order. Just gonna put that baby in there. I'm gonna add a little sticker. And I usually do dried florals, but I am low on that and I do not have time to collect anymore. So I'm just gonna put a nice little sticker in there. All right.
So I'm gonna continue to pack orders. This was just kind of a little Tuesday day in my work life as a small business owner. I hope you had fun watching this video, or you found it kind of entertaining or kept you company while you're working or while you're taking a little break. I hope that you will take some time for yourself. If you are a small business owner, it is such a busy time of year if you're also making candles. So make sure to make some time for yourself, to relax, to treat yourself, and don't be too hard on yourself, because we are really just one person trying to make it all happen. And I wish you all the best of luck in your candle business journey. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in my next one. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Bye.